Another Monday night, we get a little more racing, and we get the late models one more time at the Bristol Motor Speedway. This is guaranteed to be a blast, and it's going to be a lot better than last week because we actually have control of the cameras, unlike last week. That was terrible. That was awful, but we got it back together. We are ready to go racing, and we're hoping you're ready to have some fun with us too. So the late model's going to get racing again. Austin Purnell, last week's winner. Steven Oberstadt on the front row. It's going to be 100 laps at the world's fastest half mile, waiting for the signal. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. And Purnell off to the early lead, the quick start. He leads the first couple of rotations around Bristol. Briley right in that second position. And Steven Oberstadt in the camouflage Mountain Dew machine, rolling in third. Cody Berry in that fourth position. Dustin Painter in fifth. Dustin Painter, Kevin Feimster now rolling behind. Jimmy Kerr sitting in 7th, Mark Dila 8th, Tommy Withers and Anthony Cordray rounding out the field. Purnell now has a challenge, Briley right behind him. They're getting a little higher on that racetrack. They're finding the speed just crawling up the hill. Briley right in that number 5-1, sandwiched between Oberstadt and the leader, Purnell. Cody Berry in that 34, newcomer. His first ARCS race right now in this series. We'll see what he can come up with. Dustin Painter a quarter of a second behind him. Let's go on board with the North Carolinian. And Painter just kind of calms down in that 5th position. Briley right with a challenge behind him. Steven Oberstadt in that number 8 to the outside of car 5-1. Oberstadt goes really high on this rookie, Cody Berry. Now with Painter to his inside, he's got to worry about Indiana's Kevin Feimster in the number 1. Sugarland's machine. And these cars really up against that wall. Looks like Steven Oberstadt might have caught a piece of the outside wall. He looks good for now. Austin Purnell definitely caught a piece of the wall, and he keeps on catching it. The 32 with a big dent on the right front corner. Purnell now opens the door up for Briley Wright once again. Let's go on board with the 5-1. This is the fight for first. Briley getting a little wider. Out of the corner now, car 5-1 running the bottom. The 32 keeps on driving the top side. Will there be grip there? You can see almost a little bit of skid marks coming out of that 3-2. Is Briley just letting him burn his tires on the high side? Maybe he's just letting him sweat. 18 laps now complete. Austin Purnell has led, I think, all of them. Briley Wright now goes to the inside and said, "You've led enough. It's my turn." The Bluegrass Bandit on the left-hand side of that 32. He wants that top spot. Purnell now has to do something. Defense. Is it his strong suit? He didn't have to deal with it last week at New Smyrna. Purnell leading most of, if not all, the laps in that 32, just dominating. I asked Dustin Painter, "Are you going to let Purnell walk all over you tonight?" He said, "Probably." Painter currently runs in 5th, up 2 places from where he started. He's to the inside of rookie Cody Berry. Kevin Feemster in that 1. Is he going to make it 3 wide? He thinks otherwise. Purnell holds on to the lead for now. And you got to give it up to the rookie. I think this is one of his first iRacing experiences ever. And anybody who's ever picked up an iRacing controller or anything of that nature, just a controller, a wheel, whatever sort of rig you've got, it's not easy. It is a simulator after all, but he's doing a fine job. Oh, somebody got into the wall. You just heard it. Kevin Feemster in that 1. He wants to get to the inside of the 6.5. Feemster almost looking frustrated from that 1 car. Let's go on board with him. Feemster and Painter finally get around the rookie Berry. And all as well, those two will proceed to fight for their respective positions. Further ahead, Briley Wright has gotten around Austin Purnell for the lead. Let's see how he pulled it off. Oh, Purnell just hit the wall there, just lost all momentum in the corner and made it easy for Wright. Austin Purnell now rolling in that 2nd position with Steven Oberstadt sitting in 3rd. Is the damage getting worse for the 3-2, though? We're only a quarter of the way into this race. Now Briley Wright decides he's going to grab some wall out of turn number 4, and Steven Oberstadt might see an opportunity. Mark Deal has gone around in that 80 car by his lonesome, and Cordray goes by. Deal now in the center of the track. What's going to happen here? He's just backing away as the leaders get around him. And with no front bumper, it just becomes increasingly harder for Dila to drive that thing. Finally gets moving. Cordray gets around him. And Dila limps around turn number 1. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, contact from the rookie Barry in the 3-4. One more look from the blimp. Dila on the inside in the 8-0. Oh, Dila just came right up onto the 3-4. Not sure where that came from. Let's go again on board with Dila. And one more time from the blimp just to see. Use the wall as a reference and you call it. Did the 3-4 come down or did the 8-0 go up? Dustin Painter's also had an incident. And the 6-5's gone around. And caution is actually out on lap 33 this time. Let's see what happened with the North Carolinian. The one of Kevin Feemster. Gentlemen, settle down. What happened here? Let's see if we can get an aerial shot of this. Was it netcode? Have a look. That could very well be netcode. If you don't know what netcode is, it's where two cars won't actually make contact, but the physics the physics believe that the cars do make contact, and you can almost see a little bit of daylight. I don't know if Kevin was just trying to get around Dustin or what. This is Painter later. Coming down to a very slow pace here. And just one more look from up top. Doesn't look like there was a lot of a lot of contact in it. We'll have to ask them. So Briley Wright leads in the 5-1. Austin Purnell in that second position. Steven Oberstadt sitting in third. If you just tuned in, you have not missed much. 35 pretty exciting laps at Bristol. You gotta love the way these things sound, right? They're just unbelievable. Normally we'd be checking basketball scores right now, but I don't think that the tournament comes back until Thursday night when we've got the Sweet 16. Otherwise, see what's going on with Briley Wright in that 5-1, one of Kentucky's finest. Briley Wright, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
I got you, Rick.
All right, buddy, you're leading this race after 33 laps. You finally got around the 3-2 of Austin Purnell, although admittedly he did get into the wall and make it a little bit easy for you. However, you're going to be leading with, what, 40-some laps to go. Are we still thinking, you know, you got enough fuel to go to the end?
I think we're going to pit at lap 50 here. I think we're going to have like a little stage break, so everything should work out fine. I will say this, though. I've gotten to the wall a couple times myself, Rick. These cars are a little wider than I remember, I guess. I know Austin's got a lot of time in these things, and just being able to compete with them is pretty cool. And see if we can't get this W right here.
All right, buddy, I know you got a lot of friends cheering back for you in Greensburg and the rest of the Bluegrass State, man. Hopefully, we talk to you at the end.
All right, see you, Rick.
If you ever get the privilege of meeting Briley Wright, do so. Incredibly kind human. And that goes for the rest of the Bluegrass Bandits. I know a lot of us that know about ARCS, that know about the racing we do Mondays and Thursday nights, have all personally met. But if you ever get the chance to meet this fellow right here, do yourself a favor and do it. Austin Purnell's going to be starting to his outside, and Austin Purnell doesn't give a damn how nice Briley is. He's going to try and beat him for this race win, but he's got damage on the front of the 3-2 as the green flag comes out. .60 to go, next time by. 5-1, 3-2-1, the top three as they run. Briley Wright, Austin Purnell, Kevin Feemster. 1, 2, 3, and Austin Purnell just gets turned by the one of Feemster, but not of Feemster's doing. Purnell nails the wall out of turn number 4, and nowhere for the Indiana pilot to go. Let's go on board with Austin Purnell. Literally went inside the one car there. Let's go on board with Feem in that one. Oh, he couldn't do a thing. Yeah, Purnell just slaps the wall out of turn number 4. Nowhere for Kevin Feemster to go. Tommy Withers avoids the accident. JK3, Jimmy Kerr III avoids the accident. And last week's winner, Austin Purnell. Now could be in a heap of trouble. And so could Feemster, for that matter. So Purnell's got damage to fix. Dila has damage to fix. Coming into this race, Ryan Pittman still your points leader. Dustin Painter running in that second position. Austin Purnell grabbing the win last week. It's his first win. It was his first start, actually. So now looking to go 2 for 2 out of 2 starts, and he might have to use a fast repair if he's got it. Drivers would be able to go the remainder of this race on fuel, but they only get one change of tires at this world's fastest half mile that's hosted 3 football games, and I think one of them was Tennessee against Virginia Tech. And that was a cool sight to see. I wonder if it was worth the ticket, but who cares? We're past that now. It was just cool to see, and I'm sure it was a really cool experience to be a part of. Steven Oberstadt, now your race leader. He sits in that 8 car out ahead of Festivities. See if we can have a word with him. Steven Oberstadt, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
With 2 of them, if we don't have a
Steven
locked
Oberstadt.
schedule, things can go left quickly.
Steven Oberstadt, Rick James up top. Can you hear me? And Steven part of a different conversation, but that's okay. It'll be just over 50 laps to go. What, a 55 if my math is right, and it never is. Oberstadt, Painter, and how about Cordray? He's going to be in the top 3. We'll see what the 14 car, the 14C, as a matter of fact, can do on the inside. Kevin Feemster was a part of that accident, but he looks to be okay. Let's start this restart on board that 1 car. Let's go with the Indiana native and see what he can do. 55 laps to go when he crosses the line.
Green flag, green flag.
And Oberstadt continues to lead. 49 laps underway next time around. 48 this time around. Oberstadt on the outside. Painter just occupying the space behind him. Did Jimmy Kerr go for a ride? That pink and green black acid Ford Mustang decaled machine on the inside of last week's winner. Purnell in that 3-2, side by side through that 3rd and 4th corner. And Dustin Painter wants the top spot from Steven Oberstadt in the camouflage Mountain Dew machine. 8.65, 51 with 50 laps to go. Feemster on the outside in that number 1. Briley Wright in the 5-1. Tags the wall. Feemster and Kerr almost make contact, heavy contact into turn number 3. And how about Austin Purnell? Did he use a fast repair? He did indeed. That 3-2 looks really good. Not a scratch on it. And Kevin Feemster picks up his first scratch of the second half. Oberstadt still leads, but it's a dead heat with Painter out of turn number 4. And Briley's going to go outside. He's going to go inside. He's going to say, Painter, get out of the way. 51 goes to the inside, and he's now going to challenge for first. And there goes Oberstadt. He goes around, and the caution comes out for the 3rd time tonight. He doesn't hit anything substantial. Picks up a couple of scratches. You can see the hood has a dent, but Steven Oberstadt involved in this 4th caution of the evening. See what happened to the 8. This is out of turn 4. Oh, he may have had help from that 6.5. Let's have another look. Keep your eye on the 6.5 behind the 8. Yeah, oh yeah, well, there's definitely contact the second time, but it looks like he may have been encouraged. One more look. Yeah, that angle's not really going to tell us much, but enough to see that the 8 might have just gotten lifted out of turn number 4. So drivers are going to come down pit road one more time. Steven Oberstadt just might stay out. No, he's coming down, and he's going to get those scratches fixed up. Briley Wright, your race leader, Austin Purnell in that 2nd position with just over 40 laps to go. Last week's winner. Behind the Bluegrass Bandit, looking to get his first win this season. Again, the points coming into tonight's event. Briley Wright sits 4th in those standings. Toby Estes, the other Bluegrass Bandit who's not in tonight's race, he sits 5th in the points after having won a race this season. Dustin Painter's also been to victory lane. Might have a 4th winner in 4 races, who knows? See if we can bug Austin Purnell, see what he's up to. Austin Purnell, Rick James up top, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, buddy, you're sitting in the 2nd position. Your 2nd race this season, trying to go 2 for 2. What's it going to take to get around the 5-1?
It's going to be difficult. I just feel like I'm getting tighter on the longer runs. Probably going to take a mistake. I mean, kind of have to run whatever lane he's not in. Seems like you get tucked up on him, it gets real tight. So we'll just have to see. I like the top side, but I keep finding myself hitting the wall up there, so I'm going to try something a little different.
You've been making friends with the wall all night long. Is the car that hard to drive?
I just lack a talent for this track, to be honest with you.
All right, we'll see what you can do, man. You got 40 laps to put it together. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And hopefully we talk to him at the end of the race as well. So Austin Mongold starting on the outside. Briley Wright starting on the inside. It's going to be 41 laps to go when we take the green. And it starts to get just a little bit hotter now. It really does. The track cools down. There's more rubber into the track, so the cars get faster because there's more grip on the racetrack. They get a little more aggressive for those positions, and we get to see some more fireworks. What a jump by the 5-1. The 14C didn't move at all, and Dustin Painter also stuck back there. He can't close the door quite on Kevin Feemster. Tommy Withers now also back there. Austin Purnell, Briley Wright, and Jimmy Kerr shot out of a cannon. 5-1, 3-2. 7-5 with 40 to go. (3-2) really had to check up coming out of the corner or risk getting into the 5-1. Briley Wright leading as the 7-5 and the 3-2 are side by side out of the second corner. JK3 in that black acid machine. Jimmy Kerr the third now on the outside, giving almost no room to the 3-2. How about rookie Cody Berry in his first ever ARCS start? That 34 sits just outside of Withers in the 6. Up 6 places, car number 6 in the 4th spot. Watching the top 3 just pull away. Riley Wright's got company on the left and the right-hand side. Jimmy Kerr can't block the 3-2 of Austin Purnell. 125, 135, 140, almost 140 iRacing miles an hour. Into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, Purnell finally has the run, and he's going to top 140 going into turn 1. Riley, he's got defense to play now, just over 30 laps to go. Did Briley Wright change tires? Did Austin Purnell not change tires? Who knows? We genuinely don't know. Purnell said he's going to try and run the high side where he likes it, and it works for him. New leader, car 32. Jimmy Kerr's in the wall. More contact with Kerr, Painter, but this time we stay green. 31 to go next time by. Man, they're getting close. I told you. They're only going to get closer. Tommy Withers survives all of that garbage. Kevin Feemster went around. What happened to the Indiana pilot? This is on lap 68. Just collect himself into the wall. Rookie Cody Berry. Just overcooked it. And the rookie who is having a blemish-free event. Which, really, in his first, this is his first iRacing event, so genuinely, for anybody to just make 0 mistakes in the first iRacing event is almost unheard of, but what a mistake to make. But we'll see what Cody Berry does in these final 30 laps. You better hope Kevin Feemster doesn't catch back up to him. Riley Wright in the 5-1, now trying to get to the inside. How did Tommy Withers get in the lead? What happened to Austin Purnell? Did they get into the wall? At this point, Withers is already in first. I did not expect this. What did I miss? Withers on the inside, sends it in deep. The 3-2 gets into the wall. The 5-1 has to check up. And what a time for Withers to send it in deep into the corner as Austin Purnell gets into the outside wall again. This time Briley Wright goes to the inside. I tell you, whether he intentionally tried using Austin Purnell as a pick or not, that was a brilliant move, brilliant timing. Luck, fate, whatever. Tommy Withers, new leader, and Briley Wright slams the wall out of turn number 4. Dustin Painter gets down to the inside. We stay green. 24 to go next time by. Tommy Withers leading, and Austin Purnell coming up behind him. Dustin Painter grinding along that inside wall. He's going to come to a halt. Is he waiting for Briley Wright? No, yellow is finally out. Painter gets moving. What in the world? We're going to restart inside 20 laps to go. It's going to be great to see. But what happened? Oh, Painter just gets down onto the 5-1 and the 6-5 nowhere to go. That was really odd. Oh, this is the second time around. Just looked like Painter drove down on the 5-1. Have another look. I don't know if Painter got loose, what happened, but he then gets into the wall, loses parts. On board with Painter one more time. Hooks the 5-1, and that's all she wrote. Virginia's Tommy Withers leading this race, and he's got Austin Purnell behind him. Now I'm interested to see if he thinks he's got a chance. Tommy Withers, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
You are leading race 4 in the iRacing ARCS Xtreme series ahead of last week's winner, Austin Purnell. An awesome move to dive down into the inside, and excellent timing because Purnell then got into the wall, which held up Briley Wright. Now, we're going to restart with 20 laps to go. Purnell's going to start to your outside. Can you hold him off?
Well, I think there's lane choice, so I'm trying to decide outside or inside. It's really just a shame that caution came out. I had a little fresher tires. I don't think he was going to catch me, but now they might equalize a little bit. So it's going to be important to get the whole shot here and hold him off. I think I can, but it's just going to depend on what happens when we come out of turn 2.
I'm real curious. I'm very interested to see what happens here. So I guess hopefully we talk to you at the end of this race here. But best of luck, man. You got a mean competitor on your side here. Hopefully we talk to you at the end of the show.
Yeah, man, if I'm not the one who talks to you, then something went wrong.
Well, you heard it. Something will go wrong if he doesn't end up on the podium. So he's going to fight. We're going to see what's going to happen here. We're going to restart with, 18-some laps to go? I'm excited. I really am. We got to start placing bets on this, right? If I call DraftKings, you think they'll start giving us betting odds on this? Lights are out atop the pace car. 18 laps to go. This time by. Tommy Withers will have control of the field with last week's winner, Austin Purnell, beside him. Steven Oberstadt and Mark Dila will be starting in row number 2. Rookie Cody Berry has Briley Wright behind him, and then Kevin Feemster, the guy that Berry just got a little close to. And we'll see if Feemster has any choice words for the rookie in these final 18 laps, but all eyes on Tommy Withers. He's got control as we come to the line. Pace car peels off. And who do you got? Put it in the chat. Let's find out. But let's find out what these guys got here. Green flag is out. Oh, what a jump. Did he fake it? But the green flag is out. Look at Jimmy Kerr to the outside. Austin Purnell wastes no time trying to get to the 6. Withers leads the first lap after green. There goes Kerr in the wall. Guys are going to try to avoid him. There goes the rookie Cody Berry. Feemster right there as well. Everybody trying to avoid Barry. Tommy Withers still leading this race. 15 to go next time by, and you better believe that 6 is going to make the car as wide as possible. He gave Purnell the high side. That's where Purnell is good. Purnell now switching to the low side. Briefly, Withers with a hard block. Here comes Oberstadt. Is he going to influence this one? Mark Dila in fourth. Withers, Purnell, Oberstadt, 1, 2, 3 with lucky number 13 laps to go, and Oberstadt now putting pressure on the 3-2. Some relief for Withers on board with the 8. There you see Oberstadt bothering Purnell for the second position. They're side by side now. Exactly what Tommy Withers wants to see. 11 laps to go. The 32 right up to the wall. The 8 looks to explore the inside, and Mark Dila now wants to explore the podium. The Monster Machine behind these two, and it's 1-0 to go at the line. Then 9 next time by. 3-2 and the 8 closer than the 6 and the 3-2. Into this second round. Tommy Withers, third in the point standings. No wins yet, but he's got 8.5 laps to get that done. Purnell with Oberstadt behind him. Cody Berry trying to get around Briley right for the 6th spot. Jimmy Kerr behind him. There goes Purnell. He's into the wall. Oberstadt behind him. Dila now comes around, and Austin Purnell bites off more than he can chew out of turn number 4. Caution is out, and we will restart inside 5 laps to go. Let's see what happened to the 3-2. Grabbed way too much wall. Nowhere for the 8 car to go. That wall just comes out and gets you. So Tommy Withers still leads this race. We're going to restart inside the final 5 laps. Oberstadt on the outside of car number 6. Let's see if we can bother Steven Oberstadt one more time here. Steven Oberstadt, Rick James up top. Can you hear me? Steven Oberstadt, Rick James in the house. You got me? And we don't. But that's okay. Five to go when they cross the line. Mark Dila in the 3rd position. Anthony Cordray running in 4th. And then Briley Wright's going to be bunched up. But mind you, Briley has 5th. So he's going to be starting in the 3rd row. He's going to want to get a jump big time. And there's Purnell in the 3-2. This isn't over. This isn't over by a long shot. We haven't hit overtime yet. We will get 3 attempts. Started in the 10th position. And what a win. For when's the last time you saw Tommy Withers in victory lane? That'd be something, wouldn't it? See if the lights shut off this time by. See that pace car rolling. More racing coming up this week. Thursday Night Thunder's All-Star Race will be at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And for a series that doesn't, as Dustin Painter will go literally through the pace car, for a series that doesn't, we don't do stage racing. It is Gen 4 cars. It is Gen 4 rules. You know, with a couple adaptations from modern day, but we try to keep the no stage racing, you know, green to checkered vibe going on. And actually last week at Watkins Glen, no cautions for Thursday Night Thunder, but we're going to do a little bit of stage racing this Thursday night. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some heat racing. What is it? I think we're going to have a 20-lap heat and then a 50-lap main, prizes for our drivers. And we'll have college basketball on because the tournament will be on that night too. So we'll be talking college basketball scores while the Thursday Night Thunder All-Star race is going on. The lights are finally out atop the pace car. Tommy Withers will have control of the field with Steven Oberstadt, who is outside. It will be 2 laps to go, but this is not a green-white checkered attempt. So technically, this will be up to 4 consecutive 2-lap shootouts just over a mile to decide the round 4 winner. Withers versus Oberstadt, Dila versus Cordray, Kentucky's Briley Wright in 5th. Green flag comes out. It's the 6's call when to go. Good jump by the Valvoline machine, and we're racing. Did they crash behind them? They absolutely crashed behind them. Dustin Painter, Cody Berry made contact, and Withers won't get very far. Have another look. Well, the one in the 34 made contact. And you got to think, was that from earlier? Oh, I think the one just tried to get around Cody Berry. That didn't look intentional at all. Have another look. You see the 14. Take a look at the 14C, Cordray. He just, again, he misses that restart. Everybody bottlenecks. That's the second time tonight Cordray really has just lacked on the restart. And the first time it didn't catch anybody, but this time I think it really caught a couple of guys off guard, especially with 2 laps to go. Everybody wants to move. They got to go. Got to go. And Kevin Feemster just turns Cody Berry around, so we're going to try this one more time. This time it will be a green-white checker. We have crossed the 100-lap mark. That'll be complete right now. I think Cody Pinnell's in the chat. He says, beautiful car out front. Oh, yeah, that number 6 is unbelievable. It's gorgeous, ain't it? And I don't know if it's got shadows on the front just to make it look like it's got Ford Thunderbird headlights. I think it does, but it looks fantastic. So it looks like we're going to take one more lap under caution here. 6 in the 8, 1, 2, the 80 of Mark Dila rolls in 3rd. And you know what? Let's try and bother Mark Dila for a quick word. Is he even in here? Of course he is. Mark Dila, Rick James up top. Can you hear me? Mark Dila, Rick James in the house. You got me? Mark Dila is unconscious. All right. So he'll be restarting 3rd regardless of what happens here. Patiently waiting for these pace car lights to go out. Here we go. Green next time by. This will be the first green-white checkered attempt. We do get a total of 3. Drivers definitely good enough to go to the end on fuel. Some have used their fast repairs. Some might not have used their fast repairs yet. I'm just not sure. Briley Wright restarted in 5th last time around. Will he do one better? I told you this wasn't over. Austin Purnell, he started dead last on the last restart. He's now up to 7th. Last week's winner still might have something to say about this one. Single file, just to make sure that we get it moving. Consecutive crashes. Call for single file restarts. What a jump by car number 6. The 80 didn't go. Briley right to his inside. Right now, trying to fight for 3rd. 3 wide behind him. There goes the 80 of Mark Dila, but no caution. Withers gets the white flag. He gets turned by Oberstadt. Wright gets into him. It's Cordray and Feemster for the lead now. Anthony Cordray out of turn 2. Kevin Feemster to his inside. The Indiana pilot really sends it in deep on Cordray. They're going to rub coming out of turn 4. Of course they're going to crash. And across the line, Kevin Feemster by 0.6 of a second. Briley Wright finishes in 3rd with no hood. Austin Purnell in 4th. What the hell was that? Well, Let's have a look. Oberstadt behind the 6 of Withers. Withers with a great jump. I mean, fantastic jump. And unofficially, Tommy Withers finishes in 9th. Watch how this one ends up. Oh, Withers gets into the wall out of turn 2 and he gives Oberstadt all the momentum. I don't know if he was trying to put a block on him or what. Have another look. By 0.6 of a second with 3 wheels and now a glitched out race car. Kevin Feemster does not finish this race with all his parts. Austin Purnell unofficially in 4th. Kevin Feemster, Anthony Cordray, Briley Wright, your top 3. That's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Let's try and get some driver opinion on what happened, and we'll try and wrap this one up. Don't go anywhere. We'll have podium interviews in a moment. On the podium now with our top 3 and a lot of bruised drivers in this one. That last lap was crazy. One of the Bluegrass Bandits managed to get a podium, though. Briley Wright, you finish unofficially in 3rd. Man, what happened on that last lap?
I don't know. Everything was happening at once. I misjudged it big time whenever Tommy spun and they were wrecking right there at the finish line. A couple laps to go, I saw him up in the wall and was thinking, he might be stuck there. So I started already making my move down low, and he was bouncing off the wall. So I drove right into him. I don't know how I kept the car going at all to finish P3, but man, that was a ride, and I hope we get some more races like this because it's a good time right there.
That was a blast, man. Next week, going into Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, you're only 8 points behind the points leader, Dustin Painter, man. We'll see you in a week. Newcomer Anthony Cordray managed to finish 2nd. That was unbelievable. What a drive, man. Congratulations on that silver medal. You have a good time?
Oh, dude, I had a blast. Heck, even being put in the wall, man. I can't complain, man. Evan did a good job. He had a good run out of 2. I mean, he did a good crossover. I just on old tires. I had new right sides, old left sides, trying to do a little bit of strategy. I mean, it finally paid off after how many races now I've been in.
And we'll see you in a week now with a silver medal around your neck. Congratulations on second to our race winner,
Yeah.
Kevin Feemster. Man, you survived that one, and it looked like coming off of turn number 4, you knew you were going to win that race with 4 wheels or no wheels.
You know it. I was going for that first win in ARCS here. So I took a gamble there. I backed up turn 2 to get a crossover move coming out of that. It worked out for me. Ended up side by side, and I knew that top side was gonna have a run. So I leaned on him going across the line. We wrecked across the line together, and I came across first. So what a race. I kind of feel bad for those guys that was up in front. You know, it's kind of a Mickey Mouse win in a sorts, but a win's a win, I guess.
Hey, it's a W. It's spelled the same way no matter what, man. So congratulations on that first win. And next week you get to go for 2 straight at Kern Raceway, man. We'll see you then.
Hey, thank you. Have a good one, Rick.
Fans at home, that puts a thrilling late model chapter to bed here at iRacing's Bristol Motor Speedway. This Thursday Night Thunder All-Star Race, the Gen 4 cars at Charlotte Motor Speedway for a little bit of stage racing, something we don't normally do, so be sure to join us then. And then next Monday, you heard it right here, Kern Raceway with these late model cars. That's going to be a blast. So until that next race, everybody stay safe, take care of each other, and